Start this thing. And we'll let that do its thing. Okay, in the meantime, we got this back here. Okay. So I would improve this in 3 layers: data, decision rules, and botspot agent behavior. For Ray Dalio, I would make it a real macro allocation system instead of mostly single ETF momentum selector. The trader should not blindly obey every idea agent, but it should be forced to explicitly reconcile for growth, inflation, debt liquidity, and disagreement views before trading. The current behavior can work, but it is too easy for the final trader to say QQQ is the best momentum and ignore the macro disagreement. Okay, cool. That sounds fair. And then for Citadel, I would stop making the portfolio manager go nearly all in on one sector ETF. The pod structure implies capital allocation across pods, not winner take all sector rotation. I would add sector caps, probably 30 to 50% max per sector, and let the portfolio hold the top 2 or 3 sector views when multiple pods are strong. Okay. The main trade improvements I would test are add a rotation threshold, only switch if a new asset clearly beats the current holding, add top 2 or top 3 allocations instead of a single winner, make risk manager advice affect sizing, cash, and turnover, not just pros, add a cash short duration option when conviction is low. I would not do the short. So I disagree with you actually about the cash or short position, because for a cash position, it would be better if it was an ETF that was cash-like, so like a treasury, short-term treasury, and a short duration option. Well, I guess that doesn't mean you want to go short. You mean short duration. Um, yeah, I guess that's the same thing. I guess that's like the short, like a treasury ETF. Okay, I guess we're on the same page there. But I think that should be like an ETF that actually does rather than cash. Then add minimum holding periods or cooldowns to reduce churn. Okay, and then data tools. I think the rate Dalio strategy should use Fred macro data. This is probably more important than Alpaca News for Ray. It should be looking at rates, yield curve, da da da. Alpaca News is probably more useful, but I would not just turn on more tools and assume it gets better. More tools can add noise, cost, and latency, and the backtest failures. I would run ablations. What the hell are ablations? Variant plus Fred only, plus news only, risk changes only. Oh, this is interesting. So it wants to actually test all the different ones. That's a really good idea. So I like this idea of what do you call it? Ablations. I've actually never heard that word before. What the heck does that mean exactly? Where's that word? Let's see a definition of this. Minimally invasive procedure that uses heat, cold, or laser energy to destroy targeted, the most common. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about here. That's a weird word, but okay. But I like this idea of like having different variations. And I'm wondering, I think it would be better. maybe to even create new strategies with each of these different versions in it. Or actually, I guess with Fred only, Alpaca News only, I guess those are just API keys, right? So, yeah, I guess that's simpler if they're just API keys. And I think you have those API keys that you can add. So I guess those are just different back tests with different API keys set. Um, and then the prompt change. If we want to make a prompt change, I'm wondering whether that makes more sense as like a whole new strategy as opposed to just a different revision. Or maybe it would make more sense as a revision. Yeah, because yeah, maybe let's just keep it as revisions because then we can still go back and forth between revisions and compare results. And then in terms of the agent behavior, um, what are you talking about? Why are you saying if we already have an overlapping skill? Can you actually check if we have an overlapping skill or what else we should do here and make like a real game plan around this? Because I really would want our agent to behave a lot like you rather than how it behaved. So how could we do that in system prompts and skills and whatnot? But you got to actually do the research of what currently exists. Like, don't just make assumptions around things. Like, actually do your research around this. How do evals work? How do skills? What skills do we have? How does the system prompt do this? Like, I mean, the system prompt is could probably be shortened by quite a bit and have more guidance around skills, I think. Um, but yeah, how would you actually do this in a tangible way after you've actually taken your time to research what is currently there and how to do it? Okay, please get this entire game plan done right now. Okay, so let's see what it says about this change. Let's see how our back tests are doing. This deployment is taking a while for some reason. Let me actually look into this too. The deployment for this strategy is taking a really long time, or I guess this bot or deployment, whatever, is taking a really long time. Can you look into this? Like, what is going on here? Why is this taking so long to deploy or get started? Okay, so that's the deployment. Let's see these back tests. These are pretty damn good. Look at this. So this is going over 2 years, and this is 12% through 2 years. So what does that work out to? That's 3 months, 7% return over 3 months. That's pretty good. And then we have this one here. These are all doing very well. Like Citadel seems to be a great idea overall, as far as I can tell. Like, look at this. There's barely any drawdowns, too. Very nice, smooth, upward trending graphs. This one seems to have slowed down. This one, yeah, same thing. The Ray Dalio one. Look, this is.
What is that? 10.
Are you trying to read something on the screen, Mark?
Oh yeah, it's how many, that's only about a month, right?
I think it's
Oh,
further than.
June 24th. Oh,
Yeah,
no. I'm just trying to read the
yeah. So this is on October 1st currently, and it started
yeah.
June 24th. So it's what? July, August.
Oh.
So it's about 3 months, 3 months and a week
Yeah, I see. Okay. Okay.
percent.
Yeah.
And that's pretty damn good, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
no, yeah, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. Yeah.
yeah,
You know what, actually what would be nice though is I didn't realize it, but the time axis is uh you know move it's only a window of a certain length, right? And it'd be
right.
nice to just like keep it fixed at the beginning and then just add points to it.
As opposed to it growing the whole time.
No, I mean you said it started in July
Yeah,
or June 24th, right?
it's
But it's
June.
8/21, but it's 8/21 on the bottom, right? The x-axis.
Yeah. The reason why is because I didn't have the page open the whole time, basically.
Oh, I see.
Right?
Oh,
Like, if I had the
oh,
page open from the
I
beginning, it
see.
would have done that.
I
So
see.
it didn't know what happened before. And we don't yet have a feature where we store like the entire back test thing in the back
Oh,
end.
I
So
see.
yeah, so
Yeah.
if your window's not open, you're not going to have that. That's why this kind of cut off. But yeah, I mean, this is fantastic. Like
Hmm.
what more can you ask for? And it's not even using leverage ETFs. Like
Yeah.
theoretically, if this used leverage ETFs, it could probably do even better.
Well, here's a thought. It looked to me like it was doing the indices and commodities, right?
Yeah.
And that's it. So let's use futures.
Yeah, we could do that. We could do that. Um, we would need to think about what futures broker we want to use. Like those are still a bit elusive. So if we want to use Trade of
Oh,
Eight, I guess we could do that. But yeah, I mean, we could do the same technique for futures. I mean,
yeah.
this is for the stock market, but we could just as easily get to do futures trading, you know?
No. When I say futures, I mean the use the indices, futures on the indices, and then I think there's a I don't know. I mean, you might have to use some individual commodities, but there might be a futures that's essentially equivalent to the one that uh, it was the ETF it was finding, right?
Yeah, that's what I meant, like using like index futures. Yeah. Futures are just a bit of a pain to trade. That's the only problem. But I mean, theoretically,
What?
we could do that too.
Well, I mean, uh, I use interactive brokers, and futures are essentially the same to trade as anything else on their, from the workstation point of view. Um,
Yeah, I mean, as far as BotSpot goes, the only thing I could trade futures right now is Trade of Eight. That's the
is
only one.
trade of what?
Trade of Eight, right? Remember, we went through this actually earlier this year. We spent a lot of time working on futures, or maybe
Yeah.
that was before you joined. I don't know.
No, we did. Yeah, no, we did. Right. But um, yeah, we were trying those butterfly and stuff.
Yeah,
That was a good, I mean, it's definitely a good idea.
I mean that's the other thing. We get to trade options as well, right? Like
Right.
futures, leverage ETFs, or options. I think those are all interesting things that we can add to this, right? Like
Yeah.
some form of leverage, right? I think it's
Yeah.
kind of getting at.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, you know that the CME is going to have single stock futures for a lot of like about 100 different symbols.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah,
great.
I
I
just
know they
saw
do
that.
it
I don't
right
know when
now
it
for
starts
equity.
trading, but you know, what I like about that is if you want to go short, it's trivial, right? You don't have to do this borrowing stuff and
Hmm.
so I mean, not so it just yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, it does make things a bit easier. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, what we're planning on doing is we're planning on adding Interactive Brokers as a broker
Yeah,
in BotSpot. And I think when we have that, we'll be able to do a lot more things. Like, for example, futures will become significantly easier with Interactive Brokers
yeah.
because Interactive Brokers would be the data source and where we trade. Whereas with Tradeovate, like because their data is so expensive, um, you
Oh,
need data from somewhere else. So we usually get data
right.
from Interactive Brokers and then trade with Tradeovate, which is kind of where the difficulty comes from.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
but if we could add Interactive Brokers as like a broker in BotSpot, then I think that problem goes away, and that's probably the best way for us to trade futures.
Yeah.
So we already have all the data sources and everything hooked up with them, so it should be fairly straightforward to do that. But these are really good. Like, look at this. This is like there's like no drawdowns. These are like
Yeah,
just
I
up and to the
I'm
right.
like, I mean, I'm definitely
Those
liking it, you know?
those are good.
Yeah, like it's like these are like incredible.
Drawdowns good. I mean,
Yeah,
no drawdowns are good.
yeah, it is. It's up 11% from June 24th to October 14th of 2024. So that's okay. So July, August, September, October, let's say almost 4 months. It's up 11%, 11.5%. Oh, actually, you can see it here. I forgot that's right here. Yeah, and this one is on September. So it's running a little slower, but they're doing very well. You know, definitely want to get both of these running. Let's see that. So that actually reminds me here. So why is this? Go back to that. So wait, why did this fail? Why did this not deploy? Can you explain this to me? And how do we fix this? And how do we prevent this from happening again in the future? Okay, so AI trading team, let's see. This cash like should mean an ETF sleeve, not idle cash. Yeah, SGov bill, something like that. I did the research, current state, possible agent has 30 skills, da da da. System prompt is very long. Okay. So you call it an ablation. I would call it a test matrix. So can we put together a test matrix for both of these? And then tell me what you would run. And I guess we could do a test matrix over a shorter time window. Um, yeah, what exactly would you want to backtest here? And this sounds like a lot of backtests to run all at the same time. Our system has a limitation of 10 at a time. So it'd be good to have some sort of strategy around that so we don't, because we won't be able to run all of them at the same time. Maybe we should remove that limitation actually. Okay. I want to figure out why this thing is not deploying. Okay, there we go. Failed because the deployed mainnet pile is not actually a live alpaca bot entry point. Oh, what the hell? April, May, sometime. What are you talking about, man? Like, you're conflating here backtest